What is good, YouTube? It's your boy. It's been a while, I know. Same old shit. I had made videos and just never posted them or whatever. I had continued to do blacksmithing. Here's one of the things I made is the little tomahawk. I made a cool one for my father-in-law, shit like that. Some knives. I gave most of them away. Sold a couple. But yeah, so I mean, I just literally came in here and cleaned out the shed. It's a fucking mess. From when I was doing all the blacksmithing shit, I had a ton of fucking cans in here I was gonna melt down and cast, but I decided not to, so now I have trash bags full of them. But I did take out the XR today for the first time in years and ran it, and it started up relatively quickly. I did put fuel stabilizer in it, thank fucking God, because if not, this would have been a nightmare. Anyway, so I am actually going to be doing more work to the XR again. I've been bored and just wanting to do shit lately, and been wanting to work on the bike and make it more fun. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to take this tank off and strip this paint that I did, because like the stickers are bubbling, they're falling apart. This one's not as bad, but it's still bad. There's bubbles and shit. I never got all the shit off of it, so I'm gonna remove this paint. I'm gonna remove the original sticker that, if you look real close, you can see it under there. That's been fucking everything up. And then try and get actual decals that'll be able to handle some gas spilling on them. I don't know what I gotta do. Look for gas resistant stickers. I don't fucking know what the hell. Or maybe I'll probably coat the whole tank in some kind of enamel after I put the sticker on, and that'll protect them from falling off. So I'm gonna clean this whole thing up. It's a fucking mess. Probably do that today. I just ran it for a bit. Ran pretty good after I got it running. It took a little bit. It's cold out, so I had to fuck with the choke quite a bit, but I got it finally. I want to paint these wheels and clean up these wheels. I got to do new brakes. I mean, as you guys, if you remember, if you've been watching my channel, I never had good brakes on it, and it almost killed me one time because I had no good brakes on it. So that's top priority. Safety first. I got kids now. I can't be out here being crazy. I still have that brand new sprocket I might put on just for the fuck of it, because I'm going to be taking that wheel off to do the brakes anyway. So I figured I might as well just fucking... But anyway, so I got to do the brakes. I'm going to repaint the rims, or maybe even replace them. Who knows? I'll probably just repaint them, honestly. Clean them up and repaint them. I don't really see the need to buy new ones. And then I'm going to... I want to add lights to this. Alright, so we got our brakes. I took these off the back. I'll show you where they came from in a second. That little cylinder was in here, and this was through the hole, and then the wing nut was on the end keeping it on, if you were wondering. Or if you didn't know, or you're watching this trying to figure out what you're doing with your own shit. So we're going to loosen these up so we can take this off. Take the chain off. We're going to take this wheel off. We're going to pop this off right here, this little thing. And that's where our brakes are, on the back. So yeah, I'm going to do that now, because the whole time I had this, we had no fucking brakes on it, almost, pretty much. And the one time that the throttles was stuck wide open, I had to dump the bike, and I don't want to have to ever do that again, because that sucked. So I want my shit to stop. So, yeah. I'm gonna do some maintenance. So we got our wheel off, and now that I have this off, I'm thinking that I may change the sprocket. I have a brand new sprocket, so I have the wheel off. Might as well put the fucking new sprocket on it, right? So, and then I have this one as a backup. It's worn down in certain spots. It's not bad at all, don't get me wrong. I still rock with it, but I have a brand new one. I might as well put it on, so that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, there's our new sprocket. We got this back when I first was rebuilding the XR, but I never put it on because I didn't really need to, and I didn't feel like taking more shit apart than I already had to, because I already had rebuilt pretty much the whole bike. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave it. But now I have it off, I'm about to hit that shit with some PB Blaster and try and change it out. So I'm gonna PB blast it and put my phone on the charger so it doesn't die, and then I'll be back to do this. Alright. Still working on getting that sprocket off. It's fucking rusted on there good, so I got it soaking in WD-40 right now. But we got the brake hub off here. So now we're gonna have to take these and rebuild this. So yeah, that's what we're about to do. So I'm gonna put it on time lapse again. Alright, so I've been fucking with this for a while. I got only one of them was even like kind of able to come out. So I'm gonna just leave the sprocket, I guess, until it's shot, and then when it finally goes, I'll just get a whole new wheel, because I don't have time to sit here all day and just fuck with this sprocket. I don't have the patience for it right now. I don't have enough time to do something like that. I gotta get these brakes on so I can ride this thing. One of these days when I have free time. Now that I got the kids all the time, it's hard. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the same sprocket on. We're gonna leave the old one, and then when I'm thinking I'm gonna probably be redoing this wheel somewhat soon anyway, to be honest with you. So what I'm gonna do, I'm getting a new wheel because it's all rusty and shit. I tried to clean it up with the wires. You can see the rim cleaned up somewhat decent on this side. I didn't do this side. You can see the difference, but yeah, so we'll see. Let me get this thing back on so I can get this tire on and whatnot, and at least get the back brake done for now. So after fucking with this sprocket for a while, so many of these bolts are seized and stripped off that even the torch, with the torch on it and shit, it wasn't coming off. So instead of wasting my time sitting here getting this off or whatever, This tire looks like shit anyway. I tried to clean up the side with the wire wheel a little bit. Came out alright, but the spokes are all rusted. And that looks like garbage. So after I get the rest of the shit I want done to this, I'll probably get new wheels for it by the end of the summer anyway. So I'm not really stressing it. I put the new sprocket on then. I wasn't having any sprocket issues anyhow. So now that we took care of that, everything's greased up. We're gonna put the back tire back on, and then I'm gonna try and do the front ones today. Couple things real quick. Once you get the tire back on, make sure you get your chain adjusters on and where they have to be. It's important. Make sure you have that little groove, that little notch right here, and this groove, and that'll also help to hold it in place while you're putting the wheel on. Make sure you get your chain adjuster on this side. I guess it is. It seems like a spacer. I guess that's what it is. Create friction so that there's clearance for the chain. Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess it's a spacer. And then, yeah, but just be aware of them, because if you're not paying attention, you're just trying to slap this shit on there, you're going to take this fucking wheel off like 3 times with those little stupid things. So make sure this little fucker's on. Make sure that fucker is in. Right there on time lapse, I can keep doing shit. So one thing to always remember too is when you're putting on these chain adjusters, when you're readjusting your chain, so it's not slapping your frame right here, you gotta back them each out at the same time, a little bit at each time, because what happens if you try to crank one out too much is your wheel, the tension from your wheel will torque your wheel, and your wheel will hit the side of your frame up here. There's very little clearance on either side. You know, more on this side right now, but obviously once we get it adjusted, you're gonna try and get that wheel as straight as possible, because not only could you be hanging up on shit, but if you torque this wheel funny, it was gonna put extra wear on your bearings and shit, and we don't want that. So we are going to try and take our time and adjust these out little by little until we have a nice tight chain with a straight wheel. Okay, do that now. Alright, and that's the back brake done. Back on, all that fun shit. So there you go. Now you do your back brake, if you didn't know already. If you're just here for the entertainment value, then finally we're done, folks. Alright, I went and put my phone on the charger while I took the wheel off. A couple things to note. This one also had a spacer on it, so just, where's that? Where'd I put that? Oh, there's a spacer around here somewhere. Right here. Oh no, that's the bolt. Oh, it's right there on the floor. This one has a spacer. Make sure you put that one on again. This one's a pain in the ass. I disconnected my brake line up here at my handle so I could pull it down, so that I could get some tension, so I could free the tension on that one, so that I could pull it out. And yeah. So I don't know if I had to do that, but I did it for whatever. So I got the hub. Here's the hub here. You see how the fucking brakes are completely just gone. I mean, really, virtually nothing left on them. There's the new ones. So we're gonna go ahead and put them out. And same deal for these shits. Just make sure they line up. See how there's a top and a bottom, top and a bottom. The round ones go down here around this. The square looking ones up top go into these little, you'll see these little divots. I'll show you when I take this off. You just pop the springs off, pop these off, pop the new ones in, put the springs back on. What I like to do is I like to get them in. I like to get the spring on the bottom one on each side first, And then I hold that with the back end of my hand and take take the needle noses and grab that. I can kind of use leverage with my other hand to get the spring over and into the hole. So I don't have anybody to film over my shoulder for me to show you exactly what I do, but yes, so that's what I do. So it's easy enough. You see how the springs are laid out. Just copy what the fuck's in there. Again, I like to put the bottom one on first and use that leverage that you create by having that one down to get that one in. So I'm going to do that now. I'm not going to film it since I already filmed the first one. That's out. Here's the old pads. Obviously, we're getting rid of all these old pads. But all these old springs, I'm actually going to keep because they're still good. I probably could have just reused these. But I'm just going to have them because these ones that came with it, I don't know. They're not bad. They have good tension, but they just seem cheaper. So I'm going to keep the old ones as well, but I'm going to throw out the old pads. So that's just me personally being a part hoarder, but do with that information what you will. Alright, now we'll put the other ones on. Brakes are on. We're going to throw... Oops. Well, that's not good. Anyway, brakes are on. Now we're going to throw this bad boy on the Kajikamajon. So I'm going to do that now. That should be her done. So a couple things to think about when you're doing this, when you're doing the brakes, after you get it adjusted and you're getting it back together, make sure you're tightening these two, you know, this one out and then this one to lock it in place so you get how you want your brake to be, how you want your controls to be. You want, you know, some people like it to ease on, some people like to be able to yam that shit, so it's really up to you. You're gonna get that by adjusting these cords and this wire in and out with these nuts and the ones on the handle to achieve your desired stopping power or stiffness, I guess. So I'm about to fire this bitch up and see what it do. See if these fucking wheels work or not. I just got back and she's running great. She's stopping great, way better than before. So yeah, good shit. I might adjust this out, just this trigger out a little bit too much, because I mean all this right here, all that's play is really, I get nothing until like here. This is where I really start to get my stopping power. So this is a little loose up here on the handle, so I think I'm gonna adjust this out a little bit more, but that's the only change I'm gonna make and it's done. Back brakes were great. Yeah, it was really quick, really fast. This is my first time doing brakes. I tell you, it worked out great. They were easy as fuck. So if you're a youngin' and you're watching this and you're trying to do your brakes and shit, buddy, go for it. It's really not that hard. I can't imagine you fucking it up too bad. Just, I mean, if you don't know what you're doing per se, I will say that if you got a dad that rides or an older brother or whatever, have them check your shit over before you go, you know, if you're gonna do it yourself, because, you know, it might feel like right now, like when I was testing this, when I was up here, this felt stiff. Like, I mean, I could not move the bike when I was pushing against it. It felt really stiff. But when you're fucking in 5th gear, that shit is not nearly as much stopping power as it feels. I mean, obviously, but again, if you're young and you're just trying to figure out how to do your shit yourself, then this will give you a rough idea. But again, have somebody check your shit if you're not confident. I built this whole fucking bike, so the last thing I was worried about was the brakes. But if there was something that I wasn't sure about, I would call my older brother, who's in his 40s, and have him come look at this shit. So anyway, that's it for today. I'm gonna go clean up, wash up. I'm gonna hop online and look for our frame cradle and put that on. well, I'm not gonna put it on today, obviously. I'm gonna go order it today. I'll make a video when I do that one too. The gas tank's looking like shit after sitting in, getting soaked with gas. So I'm gonna remove the stickers, probably remove the paint, try and get rid of the actual old XR sticker that was under it that's been fucking up my paint job this whole time. And then once I get that off, I have this engine paint enamel that's chemical resistant and shit. So once I do all that, because the issue is the gas spills over the side or whatever and fucks up the stickers, it fucks up the paint. So I'm gonna completely strip this whole thing. I do want to paint it red again, or maybe I'll paint it white like it was originally or something. I don't know. I'm still debating what I'm gonna do, but yeah, I'm gonna cover it in that engine paint enamel and see how that holds up to gas smelling on it and all that other shit. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope I help somebody if they were curious or new or whatever, or if you're an old subscriber. I hope you enjoy the return to our roots. I plan on doing a lot more of little home projects and filming them best I can by myself on a fucking cell phone, but you know, nothing changed there. So, except for we got a better cell phone, so the camera quality's probably a little bit better. And I finally have editing software on my computer, so instead of doing this on iMovie on my phone like I used to with the old ones, I'll send them to my email and I'll do it on the actual computer, and I'll spend some time tonight editing it and making it actually decent, or as decent as I can with the shitty camera angles of propping my phone up against shit and leaving it on the ground and shit. But yeah, anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you next time.